Hi, today I'm going to make a video on overall stretching of the entire body. I know I have different clips of stretching the hips, the knees, the ankles, but I decided that I'm going to put it all into one video to make it easier to follow if you're doing a full body stretching. I hope it's helpful. Thank you. All right, so first we're going to start out with making sure that your child is in alignment. So you really want to try and get those legs as straight as you can before starting stretching. And some basic principles of the stretching is you're going to want to move the extremity in a very slow position to the point of tension or resistance. And then you're going to want to hold that stretch for about 45 seconds and complete that 3 times. So I'm going to go through an overall stretching of the body, including the hips, knees, ankles, shoulders, and arms, and also the trunk. I'll throw that one in too, so that way you can take time to try this with your child at home. Okay, so and I'm just going to show you one side of the body, so you would just relate that to the other side of the body. So first we're going to start with the hip. You're going to want to hold one extremity down and bring the other knee up to the chest, and I feel resistance, so I'm going to hold that for a count of 45. And then after holding it for 45 seconds, I'm going to move into a external and internal rotation stretch. So still holding the leg down, just kind of don't sit on it, just, clutch the leg in between your thighs. Make sure this knee is on top of the hip and rotate the foot forward towards your student. And you're going to hold that for 45 seconds, and then you're going to stretch the opposite direction. Again, knee over the hip and rotate the foot outward and hold that for 45 seconds. Next, we're going to go to the knee. So with the knee, which the main stretch is going to be that hamstring stretch, so the knee extension stretch. So the easiest way to really do this is because you want to, trap that other knee or leg in between your knees. Put the child's foot on your shoulder so you can use a little bit of your body, and just really make sure that knee is on top of that hip and try to go into extension. And he definitely feels a stretch with this one, don't you?
Yeah.
So you're gonna want to hold that again for 45 seconds. This is a great stretch. And kind of massage the hamstring as you're doing it. That's a great one. Okay. And now actually I forgot 2 stretches for the hips, so we're gonna go back. One is a main one, that butterfly stretch, stretching those adductors of your hips. So you want to bring the feet together, holding them kind of again between your knees, not hard, just gently. Then you're going to open up the legs slowly so they're even and symmetrical. And when you feel tension, you're going to hold that again for 45 seconds. And then the hip extension stretch. This is super important because being in wheelchairs for a good portion of the day, your hip flexors have a tendency to get tight. So it's good to stretch those out. So what I'm going to ask Marshall to do is to roll towards the wall on your side. All right. So you're going to have both, relax. You're going to have both knees bent. You're going to make sure that this hip is on top of the lower hip. You're going to stabilize so he can't fall backwards. You're going to hold on to the leg and pull it back and stretch those hip flexors. Again, holding that for 45 seconds. And you feel a stretch with that, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
Yep. Okay. Another one, I actually want you to roll on your stomach because this is a good one to do. We're moving on to the ankles. Okay, we want to be very careful not to apply too much pressure. We just want to hold it to the point of tension, and we want to make sure that that heel is right on top of that knee, and you're going to hold it down towards the ground, making sure to maintain alignment of the foot. Again, holding that for 45 seconds. All right, go ahead and roll over to your back and we'll do the trunk stretch. All right, so this one, you bend the knees up, and you're gonna rotate, drop the legs to one side of the body and make sure the shoulder stays down on the ground. Do you feel a stretch with this one in your back?
Yep.
Yep, we're gonna hold that for 45 seconds. All of us can benefit from a stretching program, and especially students that don't use their muscles very much. They really can, because they have a tendency to get tight and contracted, and we want to maintain that range of motion. It's super important. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the upper extremities. First thing is that we want to do is really work on getting that arm over the head. So again, what you're going to do is kind of stabilize at the shoulder and pull that arm upwards just to maintain that full range of motion. Hold that for 45 seconds. Another one. You want to be gentle with this one. So what you want to do is make sure the hand is on top of the elbow, and you just kind of rotate back, not too far, just to the point of tension. If you see them being uncomfortable, just discontinue the stretching. And then forward this way. And you want to make sure the shoulder doesn't come off. Let me see if I can show his. Yeah, see how it started popping up? We don't want that. When that happens, then take it back a little bit. And then for the bicep muscles, you want to make sure that this muscle doesn't get too tight, especially if your child has higher tone. It's likely that this muscle can get contracted and tight. So you're going to want to try to open up the hand. This is also working on stretching the arm, and just get it to extend to a straight position. Hold in that for 45 seconds. Then with the hand, you just want to make sure that all the fingers get extended out, and you can hold that for 45 seconds. Now, you're also going to want to complete all these same stretches on the opposite side of the body. And I know I have made separate videos of all these different stretches, but I figured I'd put it into one video, so that way you would have an opportunity to see it all at one time, and you can give your child's body an overall stretch. And even if you could just do this one time a day, that would be wonderful. And if you could fit in twice, that would be even better. But I do understand it is hard, but just do the best you can. Thank you.